Hello, thank you very much for sending me the recording of Rigaudon. It's sounding very, very good indeed. Well done. You've worked really, really hard on this, and it's paid off. It's really, really showing. So what I want to do in this this video is just go over a couple of bits that will help you tweak it and make it really, really, really spot on. And they're just kind of details, really. A couple of bits we need to kind of look at the notes, but that's just a tiny little bit of it. So let's start with that, and then the rest is just kind of fine tuning, really. All the notey stuff is on the last line. So there were two and a half things to be careful with here. Firstly, on the video, you started that fourth line absolutely perfectly, but you added a couple of notes in the left hand. So look at the score very closely as I play this. This is what's written. What you played, I think, was. So you followed the right hand with the left hand. Easy mistake to make, and it sounds perfectly fine, but it's just a little bit inaccurate. And I think it's also tricky because it's the only line where the quavers aren't matched in both hands. In other words, if you look at the other three lines, the first bar of each line, where the right hand plays quavers, so does the left hand. So I'm pretty sure that's why that happens. So just a little fix there. Bar 15, so second to last bar on the page. Good notes. Again, just need to tighten up the rhythm a little bit there. It's exactly the same rhythm as bar 7. So what have we got? Let me move the camera a little bit closer so you can see as I play. Forgive the mess all around the floor. Millions of music books from millions of students, and me, of course. Where are we? And then the other thing to think about is the very next bar, which is the last bar of the piece. With your left hand, you need to make sure you fall on the C. You fell on the A, so you ended with. You played exactly the right pattern, it's just C in that last bar, not A. I think it's confusing because the note would be A if it were treble clef, but it's not. Just as a general kind of pointer as well for the whole thing, I noticed this in the video. When you're practicing, when you're playing, I would make sure you've got an extra cushion because your wrists looked quite low, and I think that might just be because you weren't sitting high enough. So raise yourself a little bit. You want kind of flat there, not too much of this going on. I mean, you certainly don't want to be doing that either. But you know, curved fingers, nice sort of flat line from your elbow to your knuckles. That would be good. Well done. So that's it with the last bar. Other than that, it's really just details. So dynamics, you don't get much in this in the way of dynamics, apart from forte for the first two lines, excuse me, piano for the third, then mezzo forte for the fourth. So that contrast between the first two lines and the third line needs to be really pronounced. When you come in with line 3, start that line really softly for two reasons. One, it will really highlight the contrast with the loud bit before. Secondly, the more quietly you start, the more obvious, the more noticeable your crescendo will be in bar number 11. So start that line as a whisper. Final thing, staccatos. Almost all of them are spot on, really spot. The ones to watch out for are the ones at the very beginning of each line. Each line of the piece starts with two staccato crotchets. In most of the lines it's just in the right hand, but in that bottom line it's both. For the first line. For the second line. Ooh, quietly. For the third line, and for the fourth line. So it sounds a bit daft, but I would just practice the first bar of each line a little bit, just to get into the habit of really kind of bouncing on those staccato notes, and it will create a really nice contrast right from the very beginning if you've got the staccato note in the right hand over the held note in the left hand. And you know, you kind of want to allow the hands to sort of bounce a little. Something like that. Maybe not as much as that, just, you know, maybe a centimetre or so off the key is perfectly adequate. I think that's it. I think otherwise you're really on track with this. So very well done. Very well done. I shall look forward to seeing you on Saturday, and in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks again for sending me the recording. Feel free to do that whenever you like. I will happily kind of make some time to do these sort of feedback videos if they're useful. And yeah, all the best. Enjoy the sun. Bye.